Hey everybody. Well, I made a video response to a friend of mine today, but while I'm waiting for my daughter to take a nap so I can do another video project, I wanted to catch up on a couple other videos. I promised to share part of a lesson that we did on James in my 30s class on Sunday mornings, but I couldn't find the paper. I had left it in the truck, as it turned out, and then I gotten sick, and so now I'm doing a lot of catching up. Caught up on my housework, and now I'm doing video catch up. The first part of the lesson is on James, a guide to practical Christian living. This is actually lesson 2. The first lesson was an introduction, and it's called When Times Are Hard. And the verses that we're studying are James 1:2 through 18. And I'm hoping that because of the form of the notes and stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you, that we can make this into a discussion. Maybe a lot of the stuff that was brought up and that we discussed in the class will be brought up as well here. Unfortunately, it's been such a long time since the class that I'm not able to remember everything that was discussed that I wanted to share with you. I guess I should have taken notes, but I didn't expect that so much time would go by. But first question is, where do trials come from? The answers that they have listed here are circumstances around us, decisions we make, and desires with us, the flesh, the world we live in, Satan, and God. What's the difference between trials and temptations? Number 1 is the source. Number 2 is the purpose. With temptation, the 3 sources are evil desires within us, our flesh, and that comes from James 1:14. The world, which is from James 4, and Satan. The purpose for temptations, or these things here, is to separate us from God, separate us from believers, rob us of joy, bring strife instead of peace, destroy our faith. And these examples are found in Luke 22, verses 31 through 32, and John 10:10. Our death, which is in John 1:15. Sorry, that's James 1:15. Now the trials, those sources are listed as circumstances around us, decisions we make, desires with us, the flesh, the world we live in, Satan, and God. And the purpose of trials, or these. There's no purpose, they just happen. And see above for temptations. Okay, so we have all of the things that were listed as temptation, or for temptations also apply here, the purpose for trials. To discipline, which comes from Hebrews 12:7. And to bring righteousness and peace, Hebrews 12:11. And to mature us, James 1:3 through 4. Now here's the question that I found to be very similar to something that Violet Kitty had shared with us one time and made a video all about this one part here. When times are tough, what is joy? Is it the same as happiness? Is Is it a state of mind or a feeling? Can we have joy and be in pain at the same time? Let's see. I'm trying to think of how to share this part. They have some parts in parentheses and then stuff beside it, the way this is done up. Here, I'll show you. I don't know if you can read it exactly, but you kind of see what I mean about how the notes are. This is G.R. Chara, and rejoice is a feeling of inner gladness, delight, or rejoicing. Is there something wrong with me spiritually if I am suffering and experiencing pain during trials? And it's to see Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1. And 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 1 through 5. And then it says, in another parenthesis, joy then is the deep down sense of well-being that abides in the heart of the person who knows all is well between himself and the Lord. It is not an experience that comes from favorable circumstances, which what Violet Kitty said is, happiness is based on our circumstances. So apparently, according to this, she's right. It is not an experience that comes from favorable circumstances, but even occurs when those circumstances are the most painful and severe. How can I consider it pure joy when I'm in times of great struggle? Struggles in life provide an opportunity for our faith to grow and for us to grow and mature. The result of trials should lead us to turn to God for help. What does wisdom have to do with this? James 1, 5 through 8. So what do I do when I'm facing struggles? Ask God for wisdom and He will give it to me generously. His wisdom will allow me to understand that He is in control and that the struggle I'm in will make me a better person. His wisdom will lead me to conclude that I'm helpless without Him. I can ask Him about anything and everything. That's what He wants me to do. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that He might lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on Him, because He cares for you. 1 Peter 5, verses 6 through 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4 verses 6 through 7. When I acknowledge Him and call on Him for help, He will lift me up. His wisdom can help me work through or even resolve the struggles that I'm facing. The circumstances may or may not change at that point, but they may. But by the way I deal with them, I definitely will change. I hope this helps someone, and like I said, I especially hope that this will generate some conversation so we can all learn more from this. And maybe through the conversations I'll remember some of what was brought up in our discussions in class that could further help someone. So I'm glad I had this opportunity to share this with you guys. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to it, but I really felt that it needed to be shared. Unfortunately, I feel like I was lacking because of the time lapse, and there was so much more I wanted to add and fill in places, but I can't remember exactly what was said. But I hope this was enough, and I'm sure God will use it for someone. God bless everyone.